Hello and welcome back to KNF Design. If you're new here, my name is Katie and I try to bring a wide variety of different craft projects to you. If you ever have a craft project you would like me to show you how to make or just want to see me try to make it, let me know down below and I'll try my best to bring that to you. If you like today's craft project, make sure to hit those thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me and it helps bring my crafting videos to more crafters like you. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on any of our crafting fun. So with that, let's get crafting. Today we're going to do something I think sounds kind of fun, and that's painting on glass. This picture frame here is actually from Target's, their Bullseye Dollar Tree Dollar section. And the glass comes out and you're supposed to open it up and put some flowers, press flowers, close it, and then insert it back in. I just liked the frame and that it can stand because it's thick. You could use, this one's from IKEA, and then it has a little chain that you could hang it on and you can paint on that. You could even take just a regular picture frame and paint on it and then just use either like a hot glue or silicone to make sure your glass sticks to the frame and then just not have the actual backing on it. Or you could put a fun sheet of paper on the backing as well. So the first thing we'll do is make the flowers, and you just need an acrylic paint marker or just a paint marker. This one here is actually for stamp, enamel stamp marker, but I was going to use a Posca pen, but I just have silver and gold. My black one dried up on me. So just any type of paint marker will work. I'm going to print a picture of our flowers and then outline them with our black paint marker, and then we'll use some acrylic paint to fill it in. The design I'm going to show you is actually one I used in the pillow that I made felt flowers on top of. I thought that would be a really pretty design, and I will link that down below where you can find that design. Let's first measure how big we need that design. So I'm doing the inside section here. It's just a little bit wider than 7.5 wide. So I'm just gonna say 7.5. And I know I don't want it to go all the way to the top. I'll probably stop them around here, but we'll see how that design is. It's just a little bit bigger than 5.5. So I'm going to go to the computer to get my size, and I'm just going to print it off on the computer. And that way I can see the design and then just trace it with my paint marker. So here is our design. If you pull it up into Cricut Design Space, which you don't have to use Cricut Design Space, you could just print it in like a Word document or something like that. But I just wanted to show you if you wanted to tweak a few things. I think I gave you two designs, kind of just different orientations of them. I think since this one has this cut flower, I'm going to go with this top one here. And right now it's set to a pin. You could leave it that way and print it like that and just fill all this in with your marker, because that's what we're going to do anyway. Or you could change it from operations to basic cut, and that just kind of shows what you're filling in a little bit more. I might not fill all of this area in just so there's not quite so much black, or you could, it's kind of up to you. We said that our width, we wanted 7.5. And that does give us below a 5.5 height, so that could work for us. didn't think backspace would take that long. I just wanted to resize it so it's large so you can see this next step. Let's just say that maybe you don't want all of these flowers or it doesn't fit well in your frame. Something else you could do, and that's why I'm doing it here, so it's a nice easy program for everyone. Make a nice square and just cover up the sections that you don't want, and you can always go back for those little areas there. Go down the shift or click here, both your design and this one. You can either hit slice or you can also subtract and see it's been removed. If you do slice, you just have to delete the different things. And then we'll just get another shape to take out these other little sections here. I'll show you slice. So then you have to delete, delete, delete. Now it's just a little too tall by cutting that section out, so that's just something you'd have to look at. Maybe for you, your frame is more square. So I'm just going to print this off in the computer, and since this doesn't fit, I liked the other one better, I'm just going to undo all this, but I just wanted to show you in case you needed to cut a section out. So I went ahead and printed this off. As you can see, I just used Design Space to print it because I was already in the program, but we don't need that. And then I think it will fit really nicely just inside there. Kind of like that. So I like my size. I think that'll be good. And as I was printing it, I was just thinking you could actually cut this all out of vinyl if you want to weed all of this out. And you could apply your vinyl to one side and then paint on the back side of your glass if you want to. But I'm going to just set my glass down here where I want it to go and just start outlining all of this, and then we'll paint that. And these markers, if you've never used a paint marker before, it starts out white. You just shake it a little bit, and then you have to pump it, which just means you press it in, and eventually that paint's gonna come down. So we can start to see it coming through just a little bit there. We'll keep going. So I just lined my glass up with my printed paper. There's a slit here on the side, so I just lined up the glass where that's going to hit my paper, where it's going to hit my frame, and looked where I thought that looked good. And then I can just pick up the frame, and the glass should be in the correct spot, because you will have to take into consideration the frame a little bit for your glass. And some of the green stems, I can just extend those down all the way as well. So now that our pen is prepped, I'm just going to start outlining all of these flowers. And I'm realizing now I probably should have done a different color of print than the color of paint that I'm using, because it's a little bit harder to see it because they're the same colors. And so I don't keep moving this, I'm going to tape down my glass. So we finished our outline. I did let it sit just actually overnight just to make sure it was nice and dry, and if I touched it, it would not smear off. Now you can take like a fingernail and scratch it off, and because of that, to protect it, and since this frame just happens to do this, I think I'm going to seal it in like that and just close it so it doesn't scratch off. I still want to apply the paint to this back side versus the front. That way you don't have to be quite as accurate with the lines. If you go a little bit past it, it's okay. It's covered by the black. I'm just going to be using some regular acrylic paint, nothing fancy there. You could, if you want it more of a transparent look, you can water this down a little bit to make it not as opaque. Or if you would like that really vibrant colors, then just leave it as is. Paint brushes, I just have some old thin paint brushes. I might also do some of these silicone ones. I just really like them. They're great for detail work as well. So I went ahead and did a second layer of paint over everything just to make sure it was very solid, opaque, not too much transparency. I did do the watered down paint for the centers of the flowers, and I even did a layered flower here. So just if you do a layer, we'll see it when I turn it over, just remember whatever color you put down first is what's going to show on the back side. Also, I found that the silicone brushes, they didn't work quite as well as the regular bristle, soft bristle brush, just because of the glass. It comes off easily, like this can scrape off still. And a dabbing motion seemed to work better than the strokes. Although the strokes worked fine on the second layer. So now you ready for the big reveal? I did a lot of black in my design with all the outlines, and because the flowers are smaller, but you could do bigger, more colors. You could even do splashes of color in the background, like a third layer, which would be really pretty. Again, if you don't have the paint marker, you could also use vinyl. Maybe like a rose gold would make it vibrant, but I really like this look. It just depends what you're going for. Paint on glass does scratch off easily, so I'm going to, since this will be the front, actually just flip my glass that way. The back will still be able to be scratched off, but I think I'd rather protect my front because that'll get the most fingerprints and things. And then we will slide it into place. I love how it turned out. I think it just is beautiful, and I love that you can see through it. It just would be beautiful sitting next to a window with the sun shining through it. I did more opaque colors, but you could do more transparent colors as well, so more sun shines through it, like I did with the yellow portions. I did just watered down my flowers. That's all you need to do. And then that'll let the light shine through it. I also made mine a little darker by doing the 2 coats to make sure it was really opaque there. And then just left my wood frame nice, natural, and bright. But I really like how it turned out, and I'm excited to put it next to a window. If you had fun crafting with me today, make sure you check out next week's crafting project, as well as other ones I have done. I look forward to crafting with you. Bye for now.